We often talk about our favorite questing zones, but what's the worst in the game by far? Ooh, it's a good question. This was on Reddit. Somebody had asked, what's the worst questing zone in the game? Thinking back. Probably one of these things that I did in Classic. It depends on what you're trying to do. Are you on hardcore? Hardcore Stranglethorn Vale was a nightmare. It was horrible. Joshua, what are you talking about? What does Ukraine have to do with this? Najdatar? You think Vashtir? Oh, I kind of liked Vashtir. Bellwood is cool because it has the satyrs in it. Desolace. I think you're right. I think Desolace is the worst. It's just this vast, empty space, and the only thing there is to do in it is farm mobs that are spread out. Yeah, that's quite horrible. It has no change in the scenery, really, except for this super difficult demon part at the bottom. Yeah. I think you're right. The classic 35 to 45 bracket for Horde. Your choices were Stranglethorn Vale, which was not an option if you're on a PvP server and valued your sanity. Desolace, which has spare quests that were scattered across the empty zone. Badlands, great. But to get there, you have to waddle through 2 alliance zones, including Dun Al Gaz, on foot. And Swamp of Sorrows is shit. Also, for Alliance, Swamp of Sorrows is so horrible. Once you get to 40, you have some great quest-dense options. But getting there was rough. Well, was Desolace really that bad? Yeah, it was. It was, yeah. That's where I died on hardcore. To the centaurs. I also died in Stranglethorn. I'm so upset about that still. I need to finish getting to level 60 on hardcore. My wife hasn't played WoW for years, but still remembers leveling through Stranglethorn. I remember that too, on a PvP server. She also fondly remembers hitting max and coming back and punishing the Alliance for ganking her. The cycle of life can be cruel. I would just call in my Grand Marshal, High Warlord cousin to come and help me out whenever I got ganked in Stranglethorn. I was very small, and I would ask him to come and help me, and the people that ganked me would regret that very much indeed. Hey, help me! I was ganked in Stranglethorn and I was just trying to quest. Can you please come in? I can't even do my quiz. I think that he managed to get the top PvP rank on the server. So it was extremely gratifying to see him show up and like unleash hell on these people. Yes. I definitely camped some people on Stranglethorn on my enhancement shaman Draenei. What does ganked mean? It means that you are a low-level character questing in a zone, minding your business, when an extremely high-level character appears out of nowhere to kill you because they can. You pose no threat to them. They just want to kill you because it's fun, and you're like a bug that they can squish easily. It's a bit of a power trip that they get, and it's that's it. Killed by players. It's a jerk move that will piss you off and will inspire you to level up and then later on do the same thing to other people in retribution for what was done to you, and thus the cycle repeats itself on and on
Zepla
forever.
Q wave.